we are going to break into something that it's really important to highlight certain aspects of this community, and we really wanted to show recognition for a name in the community that has been very important over the last multiple decades. And so we are going to introduce a memorial award, and let's break into that now.
Hi, I'm Howard S. Berger, filmmaker, documentarian, video essayist, and film commentarist. I'm deeply honored to have been asked to discuss my good friend and colleague, the late Sergio Mims. I was fortunate to have met Sergio some years ago, as now the norm, on Facebook. Even though I'm not a Chicagoan, I knew him as a film legend from there, what with him being a perceptive film critic for decades and the co-founder of that city's first Black-oriented film festival, the Blacklight Festival of International Black Cinema, back in 1982. Then the Black Harvest Film Festival, which recently celebrated its 28th year of activity. Sergio came to my attention socially after I had heard several Blu-ray audio commentaries he had done for films that were part of my formative years of movie watching, namely Lilies of the Field, Watermelon Man, and Putney Swope. Almost immediately, I loved his reading of the in-betweens of those films, not just biographical blather. I remember the evening I finished listening to Putney Swope, I felt compelled to look him up on Facebook and just shoot him a message to introduce myself and just give a strong vote of encouragement for superior work from a new fan. And that's when I noticed that he'd beaten me to the punch. There it was in my inbox, an introduction and friend request from Sergio, along with the high praise for several Blu-ray commentaries that he had heard of mine. Well, what can I tell you? Mutual love at first sight, I suppose. And so it went. Every time there was either an announcement of another commentary I'd done or a favorable review, there would be a post on my wall from Sergio giving his usual praise and encouragement. Pretty soon, we felt the time had come to join forces on some commentaries, such as Ronald Neam's Gambit or Gordon Douglas's Skullduggery. And it was always a pleasure. He spoke my language, which was he always had a tight beat on the directors under discussion and a keen insight into understanding the less than obvious points as to why the film was far more important than previous critical assessment. So I finally met Sergio in person last year when he was flown to LA to introduce several films at the Turner Classic Movies Film Festival. And we spent a couple of days hanging out and in between screenings, talking about life and film, and simply having a great time engaging in non-critical, non-argumentative discussions. Just talk to elevate awareness and interest in personal favorites. So when I learned of his passing very shortly after, I was dumbstruck. It was very unexpected. From my perspective, I never knew anything was wrong. And he didn't let on that there was something wrong. And it just feels like a huge gap has still been dug. But unsurprisingly, the outpouring of affection, respect, and awe of Sergio from decades of friends and filmmakers to whom he had given very similar encouragement and affection was and remains immense. Sergio changed a lot of lives by just being part of them. And his passion for film held no limits, but high standards. And my understanding of cinema and its language is for the greater, since Sergio's willingness to share and discuss epiphanies and ideas. There were no limits. So this is why I'm extremely proud to be here to introduce the first Sergio Mims Memorial Award for extraordinary contributions to film critique, context, and commentary. A perfect memorial for everything that symbolized Sergio himself. And on his behalf, thank you.
Memorial Award for extraordinary contributions to film critique, context, and commentary to Kier-La Janisse.
Yes, Kier-La Janisse is a Canadian film writer, programmer, founder of International Horror School of Miskatonic Institute of Horror Studies, an international organization that offers the undergrad level history, theory, and production-based masterclasses and has branches in London, New York, and Los Angeles, and with Micropress Spectacular Optical Publications.
Kier-La's work ranges from literary works such as A Violent Professional, the films of Luciano Rossi, The House of Psychotic Women, and the co-authoring of many others, to producing documentaries and special features for many of the greatest releases in recent years.
And many of them releases are on our shelves right now. And one of those projects that started out as a special feature morphed into an in-depth, enthralling look at the folk horror genre with The Woodlands Dark Days Bewitched, a history of folk horror, and which went on to garnish acclaim from film festivals and film fans alike.
In 2022, Kier-La released a re-release of The House of Psychotic Women with more entries alongside a new box set from Severin Films. Kier-La is one of the busiest people in this hobby that we all love, and her contributions are immense. We would like to say thank you to Kier-La Janisse for everything that she does.
And in honor of Sergio Mims and Kier-La Janisse, we would like to encourage everyone to dive deep into film studies, and give contextual bonus features like commentaries and visual essays a moment of your time when consuming the physical media that we love.
So here's to Sergio Mims and to Kier-La Janisse. Thank you to everyone that contributes to these releases and encourages the expansion of our knowledge on film. We hope to honor Sergio's legacy by awarding another extraordinary contributor next year, if and when the Shelf Shock Rewind Awards can continue. Thank you, everybody, for that moment of seriousness and allowing us to contribute some kind words to Kier-La Janisse and to Sergio Mims. I think it is incredibly important to get some of these legacies out there for people to acknowledge and see and learn about. It has been an intense year to hear about the passing of Sergio, and there were some others that hit some people hard this year, but Sergio is one that has rocked an incredible film foundation in Chicago and everyone else that knew him closely. So thank you.
Thank you.